Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Sorry for the little delay there, but I just had a spark of an idea, which is perfect since it is Magic Monday. It's talking about sparking the, igniting the spark for the week, or creating that spark to ignite the week is what Magic Monday is all about. So how was your Magic Monday? What sparks did you create for this week? If you are in business, are you trying out a new process this week? Do you have a critical appointment booked in? It could be, excuse me. All right, sorry about that. Just got back from our walk, evening walk. It was awesome. It was hot. It was 101 degrees out there, I think. It was 101. But anyway, is it making that strategic appointment that you need this week? It could be with an accountability partner. It could be with a coach. It could be with somebody that you've been trying to connect with for a long time and you finally got in there, which is just totally awesome. It could be starting a new process, starting a new procedure, tweaking another one, which kind of comes in on Tune Up Tuesday, but it's okay. You're lighting the spark to set that in place. If you're doing genealogy research, that spark to ignite your week could be writing down what are your research goals for this week. If you're starting your family tree, just setting aside time to start writing down what you already know. And that's when you start researching when you start with blah, 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 blah. When you start researching a family tree, it is what do I already know? What information do I know about people in the family? And just write it all out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in any particular order or anything else. It could be that you put down, well, Dad was born in wherever Dad was born, and his birth date is da-da-da-da, and you put a question mark next there because you may not remember that exact year, and that's okay. You can write down who his parents are, and just as the information flows out, write it down, write it down, write it down. Don't just start there with like, Dad, full name, blip, born, blip at blip, parents, and don't just sit there and start listing things out for a name. Just write it as it flows. You can always use, Dad, da-da-da-da, grandfather, papa, whatever it is that you use for your grandfather's names. And you can put those there and just write out what you know, and don't worry about putting in an order. That will come later. If it is you've got somebody who you are trying to track, you have a lot of information. Now you've decided to focus in, you got everything organized, and now this week you decided you're going to focus in on one person. What is that? Who is that one person you're going to focus on? And then what research are you going to do this week for them? What are some of the places you are going to start doing the research on that one person? Makes a big difference. If you are looking at planning your next vacation, you want to go on an adventure, that spark could be narrowing down your list of places that you want to go see and figuring out where you want to go on your next adventure. It could be you want to go and climb a mountain somewhere. Which mountain do you want to go climb? It could be, and the only reason I said a mountain is because I looked over at my Echo display thing that had a picture of a mountain on it. It seemed like a good thing. It could be doing a trail on TikTok. I'm following a girl who's walking the Pacific Coast Highway Trail. She started down San Diego end and she's heading north. She's on like day 60 something, I think it is. So it's been interesting just following her journey along the Pacific Coast Highway and some of the challenges that she has come across, some of the lessons that she's learned along the way. So what are some of the things? And maybe that spark could be you've even narrowed down where you want to go and what you want to do on your next vacation. Now start looking at what dates are you available to travel. Start doing research on the destination you want to go to if you haven't done it already. Start talking with a travel professional about what your options are. It could be that there's something that's going on in that place that you want to visit that you're not aware of. It could be a festival or something. So do you want to go during the festival when it's going to be more difficult to find accommodations, or do you want to go when it's not festival time because you want it nice and quiet so you can hang out with the locals a little more without having to worry about the festival and things. So these are just sparks that can help ignite your week in helping you decide what it is you want to do. If you are working for somebody else, it could be the spark could be you've got a new project that you're beginning today, what are some of the steps that you're going to need to get this project completed? So writing out the process that you're going to use to get this project completed by the end of the week. What is the date? Putting mini deadlines in. Here's your big deadline here. What are the mini deadlines you're going to put in along the way? For me this week, it is I've made a strategic appointment with my coach. I have my 9 a.m. call with my accountability partner every Wednesday. But this week, I'm also going to have a call with my coach to discuss the idea that I came up with over the weekend, and maybe brainstorm some ideas like, is it a good idea to do it? What are some of the things I need to think about that I haven't thought about? Which direction should I take it? How best to implement it? That sort of stuff. So it's like I've got the idea. I have a picture of what I want it to look like. I just need to bounce that idea off somebody who can give me constructive criticism back and give me some, and maybe steer me in a better direction than what I had previously. So I've made that appointment today. That was my igniting that spark. And every now and again throughout the day, I've been writing down extra notes about that idea and things I want to talk about as well. So that's me igniting my spark on one of my businesses, and one of mine. So it's just Monday is that kind of it's igniting that spark. It's that first day of the week. Planners should already be set up. I think I actually did I get industrious this morning? I know I did. Oh, I did get industrious. I've even got next week done as well. So not only did I get this week done because I didn't do it over the weekend, I've also got next week on the books already in my planner, or already set up and everything else. So now I just need to add in any times I may have forgotten and all that. And I suddenly realized that a week from today is 4th of July. And I'm like, where has the year gone? Because this is week 26. This is the midweek. This week 26 is the midway point of the year. So now I've just realized that it's now going to have to be, all right, I need to pull out actually, no, I don't need to pull out my goals because I did it on my half birthday. But some people, you'll need to pull out your goals that you want to achieve by the end of the year, by December 31st, and start looking at where am I now? Because I've now got 26 weeks before the end of the year. What do I need to step up to? What do I need to make changes to? So you need to start. So this week is going to be all about reviewing your first half of the year and looking forward to the second half of the year. What are you going to be accomplishing in the second half of the year? Are you where you need to be? I did all of mine back on June 9th, which was my half birthday, because I do birthday resolutions. So on my half birthday, that's when I sit down and I look at where am I now compared to where I wanted to be at the end of the year on my birthday. And my birthday happens to be December as well, but a few weeks before the end of December, so I don't have a January 1st date. And so it's looking at where am I now? Where do I need to be? What do I need to step up? Is there something that, because of the direction I'm now going, is no longer valid? Or is there something that needs to be tweaked? Is there a goal that, because of the direction it's going in, it needs to be tweaked some to be set up to be completed? It could be that you're going along this path here, following these goals and these dreams and things for the year, and this path took a diversion over this way, but your goal's over here. So now what do you have to do in this gap in order to still achieve that goal and bring it back over to here? It could be that you now have to take this goal marker here and put it over here because the goal has been adapted because of a time and change, a change in technology. It could be the idea got even more fine-tuned and this is no longer going to work, but if we move it over here, this will work over here. So it's taking that time to review. So take time this week to review because it is the half-year mark. So are you halfway to your goals for the end of the year? Or if you're like me and you're on birthday resolutions, have you received your half birthday card? To remind you, that was my jigsaw puzzle the other day. I'm sorry. We'll go back to the jigsaw puzzle thing in a minute. So it's reviewing your goals. Where are you at compared to where you need to be? Are you where you want to be? Have goals changed? Have goals shifted? Like have they been adapted for time and change? it may not be the right time for it to be completed. So has it been put on pause for now until it is the right time? There's lots of different things coming in, but take the time to review your goals. Where are you at, and where are you at now compared to where you wanted to be at this point in time in order to achieve your goals that you have set. So that's my little spiel for today. So remember, you want to ignite that spark that's going to help you achieve what you want to achieve this week. And it could be anything from making a strategic appointment that you need with somebody you need to meet with that you've been having troubles getting with. It could be, setting up an accountability call with an accountability coach, or setting up I need to bounce an idea off you call with your coach, your mentor, and then saying, hey, I had this idea. This is what, and I've had a few days to let this marinate. And so as it's marinated, thoughts have popped up. And that sort of thing. So we are now, so when I meet with my mentor on Wednesday, I will be able to articulate a little better what my idea was. And he'll sit there and listen, and then he'll give me feedback on it. And it'll either be, yep, no, you really don't want to do that. Or it's going to be, this is a great idea. May I make some suggestions? And it'll be absolutely, because I want all the ideas I can get. To make sure I get this off on the right foot and with what I can do with it. I've already started making some steps to what I want to do, and we'll see where that goes. So, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting call on Wednesday. So I'm kind of excited about that. And then with genealogy, who is the next person you are who is the person you are researching this week, and what areas do you want to research? And write down some of the resources that you can use to see if there's more information about that person based on what era you are looking in. What resources are available to you online. It could be that you may have to go in person to a library or a family history association that sometimes have books and records and things. So make the plans. And it could be you might be planning out for July, because we're at the end of June. So it could be that you're planning out in July, this is the person I want to research, and these are the resources that I'm going to need in July. And my July is going to be crazy. I was looking at it the other day, going, oh my goodness. Because like from the 13th, I've got a friend at work who is out from the 13th to the 22nd. She comes back on the Monday, and on the Monday, I'm on my genealogy course for the week. So the last week of July, I am out. I am not working that well. I am kind of working that week because I have a client, and I've said I can't give you my hours in the morning, but I'm going to shift them to the end of the day. On these 3 days, I can do them. Or so she knows that she's not going to get me during the workday because I'm not going to be available. But after a certain time in the evenings, I will be available because of how the schedule is structured, because it's on Eastern time, not Western time. So it's on Eastern time. I think we start at like 7:30 in the morning Pacific time. It's either 7 or 7:30 in the morning Pacific time, which means I have even less time in the morning now to get ready to start my day, which means I'm going to have to be on point that week and getting everything done by a certain time. So I'm sitting down, I'm able to network with the people who are in my class, and network with the instructor and other people in the class as we come in, because we talk about all sorts of things. It's really quite fun when you're in a room full of genealogists. Some of the research projects people are working on are really cool. So it's coming out. It's sitting there and talking about our homework that we've done the night before, because yes, we do get homework. And it's usually related to whatever, it's always related to whatever topic we covered that day. In some classes, we've had a research paper that's gone over the whole course. And like the first night, you're writing a paper, and on the first night, you'd have to do this portion of the paper. And then the second night, you learn some new skills. So now you've got to go and incorporate those skills into your project. And then the next night, and on, so on, forth and so forth. So it's going to be a very interesting the week I'm on the course, I can't give my client any time. It's the week and a half when my friend is away from work, is on vacation, that I can switch to the afternoons for my client. That's what it was. I knew there was something about switching in there. But yeah, she knows I'm going to be out the last week of July. So yeah, I've got a weird July coming up. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so awesome. I can't wait. And then if you are looking at traveling, where do you want to go? And when are you looking at going? And start finding out the information. Is that the right time of the year to visit for what you want to do? What do you want to see and do while you're there? What experiences do you want to have while you're in that location? So start planning out sort of the stuff so that when you go to a travel professional, you already say, hey, we're looking at going to New Zealand and we're looking at going in August. And actually, no, you're looking at fast forward because you usually book a few months out. We're looking at going to New Zealand. We're looking at going down there around December time. And this is some of the stuff that we want to do while we're down there. And then you take all of that to the travel, and here's our budget. And here's the thing on budget, be realistic. Start researching some, just have a quick look. You don't have to go deep diving, just have a glance to see what is accommodation costing in New Zealand? What is airfare costing? Just have a quick glance so that you have an idea around how much it's going to cost. And be realistic, because I've had people come to me and say, oh, we want to go to New Zealand for 2 weeks. We want to self-drive and we've got $2,000 to spend. I go, okay, well, that's your airfare to get to New Zealand. Now what else? Be realistic. Be realistic with your budget. You can do some surface planning, but I know that when I put together my itineraries for my clients going to New Zealand or Australia, the South Pacific, we do it as a package deal. So we find out what is it you want to see and do. We put together an itinerary. You get a package price. And I've had so many people come. And when you get a package price, you cannot break it apart. That is the price. You can't turn around and go, well, how much does it cost to stay at this hotel? Because I found this hotel online for this price here. And if it's going to be more expensive than that, then I want to book it myself. Here's the deal. When you're working with a travel professional, they are going to give you an itinerary, and this is the price for the itinerary and everything that it includes. A lot of the times when it comes to hotels, we cannot give you a price breakdown because our vendors, they get the pricing directly from their vendor. The vendor that I use to book everything for me, with all of the contacts in New Zealand, they have better contacts in New Zealand than I do. They get the best deals than if you go online and do it. And here's the thing about doing it online is that you're not going to get what we get you. Because I had one couple one time who turned around and says, well, we want to hire the car because if you can take off this much for the car, then we can do it this way. And I go, okay, what you have to realize is that in the package is included the car, is also included a lot of the stuff that you're going to be paying extra for that is not included when you go through a car rental site. And then they're like, well, what? I says, okay, you want to compare apple to apples? You need to put in this type of car for this number of days. You need to add this, and this in, and then tell me if it's worth booking it through the vendor. And they're like, oh. I go, exactly. And we get you a higher insurance cover for less cost than what you can get through the car rental place. Oh. So when you get a packet, when you're putting together a package, you can't pick it to pieces. Go, well, how much is it costing for this hotel? We don't know. Because our vendors are the ones that strike up the deals with the hotels, and they're the ones that say, okay, we can give it to you for this price. They're like, excellent. And they'll throw in breakfast. They'll throw in, maybe a couple of other things in there as well that you won't be able to get otherwise. Let me tell you this, when we get breakfast put in for you, it is a really good breakfast. And we get it way cheaper than what you would if you go to the hotel and you have to pay on a daily basis for your breakfast. So just remember that when you get it as a package, it is a package deal. They have given you as many discounts in there as they can get you. So you just have to remember that. And I've had people that go, oh, well, we've priced it. We've gone through this itinerary, we've priced it out, and we've come out to this amount. And I go, have you really? Well, have you included your breakfasts? Have you included your car rentals with all of these extra options and everything else? And I had one couple who turned around and says, oh, we've decided that we're not going to go with you. We're going to book it all ourselves. I go, okay, that's fine. And it ended up costing them $5,000 more per person than what I quoted them. By the time, and they used the exact same hotels that we had in this thing. They used the same car. They used everything. They just took the itinerary and basically went to the sites and booked it all themselves. And by the time they got back, they had spent $5,000 more per person than the price of the package that I had given them for 2 people. So they'd spent $10,000 more than the package price. So it pays to go to your travel professional and say, this is what we want. And if they charge a fee, they are damn well worth it. Because they will save you money. They will save you a whole lot of time, a lot of heartache. And please don't go and, where the hell did all that come from? So just trust it. If you've got a really good travel professional, trust them. If they know the area that you're going to, use their expertise in that area, especially if it's an area that they have visited a lot. I was born and raised in New Zealand. I spent the first 30 years of my life living in New Zealand. I think I might know a little bit about New Zealand, a little bit about drive times and things. Yes, so make use of the local knowledge and let them, and there's certain things that we will throw in there that we won't even charge you. There's certain things that we'll work out that we won't, there's some things we'll put in there and as a surprise, and we won't even tell you about it, and we won't even charge you for it. So go with a travel professional. And oh, hi Mama. My mom's texting me. Didn't realize it was so late in the day. And the thing about the jigsaw puzzles, I do my jigsaw puzzles on Brad's iPad, and there was a picture that just came up on the Echo View, which is, if you don't know, it's the one with a little monitor on it. And it was a picture that I had just done 2 nights ago on the iPad. And it just struck me because it was a really cool picture, and it was like a cutaway of a cliff that went up like this and down like this. And there were just these rainbows of color in the dirt that did all these squiggly lines up and then went up to a point, because you could see where the earth had kind of thrust up. So it created these colors in the rock face that just went up and over and down. Some of them swirled a little bit, and that same picture just came up on the Echo. Anyway, book time with a travel professional if you're looking at going somewhere. They'll get you the best deals out there. Unless you want to spend a lot of time researching, because there is a lot of stuff out there. And as they say, the internet is for looking, the travel professional is for booking, because we will get you the best deals. We work in the best interests of our clients. And we put you with the right vendors we work out who the right vendors are, whether it's a cruise ship, whether it's a tour company, whether it's you're doing an individual tour where we're piecing together the pieces for you. Yeah, we get you the best deals that are out there at the time. And if they give you a package price, don't go and try and break it apart, because they can't tell you. They don't know what the pricing is. They don't know what the breakdown is. So anyway, that's my little soapbox thing for today. Go have a super fantastic sparkling rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for Tune Up Tuesday. Hey, Konara.